in me.
A postcard view. Jon and Sam are freezing their balls off, so Sambo asks Jon about his sex life.
Everyone else has had more sex than me.
He wants to know what it feels like to get your end wet. Jon tries to explain it, but simply can't find words like tiring, smelly, and quick. Love is shit anyway and leads to an arrow in or near the heart. They chat more about death, standing well inside each other's space bubbles. Sam then swipes his security card and takes the really slow lift down. Ominous owl and a mannequin. The wildling fellas are also talking about past times in which they got laid. Ygritte says, yeah, nah, shut the fuck up, you're all lying and exaggerating, busted face. Main cannibal prick questions whether Ygritte can kill Jon or if she'll give him some ginger minge. She gets fired up and declares that she can kill Jon, no worries. Cut to a lonely book club. Aemon Targaryen shows up and bangs on about his prime days, getting his end wet and being in love. He didn't fuck around too much, he had some standards. He can tell Sam loves Gilly. Lo and behold, Gilly is at the front door. Sam gets super fired up and says to fucking let her in, so Pip does, and she rushes in for an almost hug. He tells her wherever she goes, he goes too from now on. A horn blows, they scurry away, and Pip wonders what it's like to be in love and get your end wet. Ominous owl. The mannequin army is coming to life. Jon rushes to see what the horn blowing is all about. There's a big fucking bushfire. Night's Watch turn their lights on and play some Donkey Kong. Thorne is now thinking he should have sealed the tunnel. Jon is humble. They almost bond, but not quiet. Sam stashes Gilly in the pantry and makes a beeline to go fight a fucking war. She gets all bloody clingy, so he just gives her a cheeky kiss. Fuck yes, Samwell. Fuck yes. I reckon if he survives this, he will get some lovin'. Sam finds his combat spot and calms down the panicking Pip. He's fucking Mr. Cool now he's kissed a Sheila. The wildlings now commence their attack. There's some trash talking, a mammoth, a bloody giant. Fuck this, fuck that, fuck's sake. A different horn blows and there's tons of confusion about what side they're getting attacked from. The wildlings are heading towards the southern gate. Archers fire, unknown wankers start dying. Thorne wants to head down to where the action is. He leaves Slint in charge, who instantly shits his dax. Wildlings are starting to infiltrate. Sam and Pip do very little damage. Thorne winds the boys up, telling them to win the fight or be eaten by cannibals. He then opens a mega big sweet tin of leadership whoop ass. Back on top of the wall, Slint does sweet fuck all to stop the attack below, so Jono gives him a bloody spray. Gren delivers a bullshit message to get rid of him, so now Jon can be in charge and bloody shit can get done. From here, we see giants with big fucking bow and arrows send pricks flying. Ygritte gets a bunch of kills, Slint chickens out and goes to hide in the pantry, and Pip bloody gets taken down by Ygritte, and giants try to bash their way into the tunnel. Jon sends Gren down to deal with the big wankers. There is a mini boss fight between Thorne and Tormund, and Thorne only just gets out alive. Sam's balls continue to grow and even he gets a kill. Go Sambo! He then pays Jon a visit and it's time for him to go to ground level. Gren is determined to hold the gate as a giant gets inside. The giant charges and the fellas stay strong. Meanwhile, it's time for the main boss fight. And Jono fucking hammers him. Then, Ygritte has an arrow pointed at his heart, but she gets shot in her heart by Ollie. In her dying moments, she tells Jon Snow that he knows nothing, then carks it. The battle is won for tonight. Tormund is taken hostage. Jon finds Gren and the fellas dead beside the giant, and he concludes that it's time to pay Mance Rayder a visit. End.
What makes a man? Is it the woman in his arms? Just 'cause she has big titties? Or is it the way he fights every day? No, it's probably the titties. Now you're a male. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh. Now you're a my, oh. My, oh my.
This week, Samuel Tarly was the standout player for me. I don't think there were that many characters to connect to besides Jon and Sam, maybe Ygritte a little bit, but I had a lot of fun watching this one. Tonally, it was different to last week's traumatising episode, and I think we needed that. King's Landing can feel all too real and political at times, so to escape to a big fantasy setting was just fun. I did like seeing the supporting cast step up. Gren has earned top bloke status. Pip was just getting his confidence but got fucked over. Ed did really well with his big anchor on a chain thingy. And I actually love seeing Thorne be a fucking badass leader. Seeing him in action now makes me understand why he's acting commander. He knows how to get a team fired up and ready for combat. It'll be nice to see if him and Jono can work together in future instead of bickering. But I thought Samwell had the most development. I did yell, "Yeah, boy," when he planted a kiss on Gilly. I'm invested in his character arc from cowardice to courage. The talk with Aemon Targaryen, who could have been a king back in the olden days, was super duper fucking cute, wasn't it? As I say, tonally, it would have no place in last week's episode, but an old blind bloke excitedly talking about being in love in his heyday was excellent. To see Peter Vaughan monologue was great. He's 91 years old, this actor. We knew the time would come when Jon and Ygritte would face one another, and it was okay, and young Ollie taking her down makes sense because she killed his father back in episode 3. I know Ygritte is popular with the Sheila fanbase, but we've seen her ransacking villages and killing innocent folk. There was a nice moment last week where she let Gilly and the baby live, but it feels like she doesn't know if she's coming or going as a character. I think Jon does know shit as well. Did she have to say that? The cave stuff was good, but the know-nothing thing, Overall, this is the men's group episode. It's the bloody Shawshank Redemption episode of the Seven Kingdoms. It's all about love lost and love found. The Night's Watch consists of criminal blokes and outcasts and oddballs, but they're not immune to feelings. Fuck, I wish they'd shown us this fight scene. One thing that everyone has in common in this fight is the desire for love. I like the director Neil Marshall. He did the Blackwater episode in season 2 and also directed a horror flick called The Descent. I love that movie. The action lasted for half an hour, so this episode would have been stressful as fuck to make. Nice job though, and good work with the characters left that we do care about. I also thought Liam Neeson was fantastic, and I'm glad he didn't kill Ghost. I do think the battle lacked intensity because of the stakes. Really, if the wildlings do flood the north, who owns it? The Boltons, and they're a pack of assholes. If the Starks lived there, I'd be more invested in the spectacle. But it was fun. It was a fun episode. Ominous Owl, and who lit this fire? Unfortunately, the only thing that couldn't fit into the love theme was Foxtel, because nobody loves them. Subscribe to me channel, do join me on Facebook and Twitter. I'm going to be doing some pretty fun stuff on there. See ya!